Let's get started. You've seen her as Tiffany on HBO's Insecure, on IG, dropping gems, and on her podcast, Small Doses. How many of y'all seen I Be Knowing? That's what I'm talking about. Put them beautiful black hands together for Amanda Seals.
Hello! Welcome to another Smart, Funny, and Black. Smart, Funny, and We are so happy to be here with another dope show. We've been doing this for over a year now. Thank you to all of you all who keep making us continue to do this show and continue to show up and show out. You know, we were doing ticketed shows and now we're giving it to you free. Why? Because we love you. That's why. Because we love you. And because we know that when it comes down to it, it's like this type of show is the kind of show that people need and, you know, that brings joy and brings laughter. And it's not that everybody can afford it, but we want to make sure that everyone can see it. So we was like, you know what? We're just going to start giving it to the people. So we're giving it to you. We're giving it to you. So here we are at Smart, Funny, and in the crib. And now let me tell you, the world's trying to open up. It's trying to open up like a virgin on prom night. It's trying to just get it. And thus, Smart Funny. Why am I so out of breath? Why am I so out of breath? I literally danced around the circumference of this chair and I'm like, okay. So, anywho, the world is trying to open up. And thus, Smart, Funny, and Black will be at the Wilbur Theater in October in Boston. Yes, we are. So look at the dates, look at the times. It's going down. All right. It's going down, barring any craziness. Cause you know, this world can definitely pop up like, on some bullshit. But as of right now, that is what's happening. Our first live show since the Panini is happening in October in Boston at the Wilbur Theater. So shout out to everybody in Massachusetts. The other day, Benzino was on Instagram and told me to eat a dick, but it's fine. I hope he can come to the show and have a good time. All right. So for those of y'all who are just joining us here at Smart, Funny, and Black for the first time, we are so happy to have you. So happy to be able to bring this show to as many people as we can all over the globe. So all of you all in the chat, let us know where you're at. Let us know where you're tuning in from, especially all of you all who are coming at us from outside of America. We love to see that you guys are enjoying Black culture and celebrating Black culture, because that is what this show is all about. You know, there's been a lot of conversation as of late around, like, you know, Black American culture and the idea that there is no Black American culture and that Black American culture is being stolen. And, you know, in some cases, people say it's being stolen by white people. Some people say it's being stolen by other Black people from other countries that are predominantly Black. And at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like I've seen an amazing amount of people say that there's no Black American culture because folks are stealing it. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. If there wasn't any Black American culture, how could it be stolen? And at the end of the day, yes, there are pockets of culture that have been integrated by other Black folks from across the diaspora, but there are others that have not. And when it boils down to it, America, Black America, has a unique space in cultural, when it comes to cultural identity. Black Americans, we are a myriad of all different types of experiences and of intellect and of culture and of histories, etc. And so there's never going to be any monolith, which I continue to say. There is never a monolith. I always say a Black experience is a Black experience. Every Black experience is a Black experience unless it is anti-Black. I always say that, and I mean that. And this show is all about celebrating Black American culture, specifically Black American culture and the uniqueness of what it is to be a part of the Black American experience, and understanding that, yes, that will sometimes have intersectionalities with other experiences in the Black diaspora. But here, there is, of course, a myriad of contributions to the cultural canon that are 100% purely Black American. And that is a beautiful thing that has to always be celebrated and protected and exemplified throughout. And so that is what we are here at Smart Funny and Black doing. We are celebrating because we have such an inundation of negativity that's coming at us on a regular basis. And I'm gonna talk to the ladies about it today. These Karens, they are menaces to society. They are menaces to society. I am just honestly flabbergasted and shocked at the level of Karening that I see happening. It's a verb. It's a verb. It's a verb. And so when I'm seeing these, like, sometimes you're laughing, but you have to always remember that there's a Black person on the other side of that situation who's having to deal with it in real time and who's going to have to deal with it after. And in the moment, you're just like, wow, that's crazy. But then later you're just like, I really had to deal with that. Like, I really experienced that. And a lot of times there's nobody there who's even supporting the fact that you're having to deal with that. And that is unbelievably frustrating to not only watch, but to experience. So I was like, you know what? We need to have a place where we are celebrating Blackness unabashedly, a safe space where we are being our whole Black selves, understanding that, yes, we are going to keep it honest. We're going to keep it frank. We're going to keep it funny. And also, anyone who's here that is not Black is going to keep their mouths shut about how they feel when we are talking about how we feel in regard to all of these experiences that are happening in the zeitgeist. When we talk about how prideful we feel in what we have been contributed to the zeitgeist, etc. So that's why I always say, Smart, Funny, and Black, listen, it can be enjoyed by everybody, but it is for Black people. Thus, if you do not identify as Black, you're welcome. Yes, raise the roof, enjoy, whoop it up, be in the polls, but know your place. And when I say know your place, what I mean is that this right here is not about protecting white tears. It is not about making folks feel like, oh, you know, we don't want to offend. This is about lifting up Black voices, Black joy, Black intellectualism, Black innovation, all the Black things. That's what this is about. Okay? All right. So let's get into it. Smart, Funny, and Black started back in 2016. And when I created Smart, Funny, and Black, I created it with the mindset of I wanted to meld my academic background with my love of comedy. And in doing so, I was like, all right, we need to like grounded in like academia. And so it made me think of a couple different things. Like it made me think of private white institutions. It also made me think of HBCUs. It also made me think of Hogwarts, because Black folks is magic. Yes, we are. And thus, our fams. Now, our fams are a take on, like, you know how Hogwarts has houses? Well, we have fams. That's what that is. So we got woke fam, we got culture fam, we got fly fam, and we've got rebel fam. Now, which fam are you? Now, of course, we are all a bit of all of these. Leave those up, Jana. Of course, we are all a bit of all of these, but some of us, okay, let's be real. All of us have one that really like stands out. Okay, so like first we have our rebel fam. Rebel fam are our fighters. All right, rebel fam, like if y'all had seen what was going on January 6th and you were there, you would have run up and been like, get the fuck out of here. Then you would have ended up getting arrested, because that's the way it should go. But rebel fam is always ready for it to go down. They got the chucks in the trunk. They ready for it to go down. They got their gun license. They ready for it to go down. They got their squad of fighters who they call when it's time to handle business. Rebel fam was showing up when it was time to get in them streets and said, listen, we are not going to play with you all. It's time to show you all that we mean business. That is rebel fam. And that is why when it comes to rebel fam, their motto is, we fight. Yes, we fight. Hold on, let me turn that up for y'all. Then we have our fly fam. Fly fam are our stylish folks. You know, we just saw that Pierre Moss was the first Black American to show in the Paris couture shows. And so fashion is not a new thing for Black folks. You know, as innovation, style has been a part of our revolution, whether it's zoot suits or flat top fades. So when it comes to fly fam, don't think that it's just the folks that look cute. No, they are changing the narrative. They are changing the game, and they are doing so stylistically. Our fly fam's motto is, we rep. We rep. And then we have our culture fam. Culture fam are artists. Yes, you're sensitive. You're tapped in. You're speaking the feelings of the people. You know, they say that historians speak the truth, but that poets speak the heart of the people. And that is our culture fam. Y'all were, you know, when it was going down with the quarantine, you didn't skip a beat. You said, no, we're going to have open mics on this Zoom. And you hit them with and we are, and you are, and I am in quarantine. Yes. So culture fam, we love you because you are always finding a creative way to speak to the Black experience and contributing to the cultural canon. And your motto is, we vibe. We vibe. Last but not least, we have, yes, our woke fam. Woke fam, we love you. Woke fam, we love you because you are not for games, okay? You are not for games, particularly when it comes to grammar, okay? Because our woke fam, they are our literary folks. They are the ones who've got the vocabulary on lock, and they're not letting nobody hit that can't put an apostrophe in the right place. How you don't know the difference between your and your? That's a conversation that's going on in your group chat right now. Woke fam, y'all love a good book, and y'all love not just to read, but to read folks down. And that's why your motto is, we read. Yes, yes, y'all. We read, we read. So those are our fams: rebel fam, woke fam, culture fam, and fly fam. Now tell me, which fam are you, by going in the comments and letting us know by using the corresponding emoji. So for rebel fam, we've got the Black Power fist. For fly fam, we've got the sunglasses emoji. For culture fam, we've got the palette. And for woke fam, we've got the stack of books. See, it all makes sense. It all adds up. So I want to see y'all repping in the chat, and our Black experts tonight will absolutely be repping as well. Now, as we keep it going, I think it's important for us to know where all of this culminates in. Our Black experts tonight are competing to be inducted into the illustrious League of Master Black experts. Okay? And the illustrious League of Master Black experts came out of the fact that we need to be honoring the folks in our community ourselves. Thus takes us to this Marcus Garvey quote. Now, Marcus Garvey was not Black American, but he earnestly was fighting for the freedom of Black Americans and actually saying, listen, let's just get out of here and start our own spot in Liberia. Marcus Garvey was a Jamaican man who was actually deported because he was so monumental and so effective in garnering and galvanizing the masses. That red, black, and green flag that a lot of us be flying, that was started by Marcus Garvey and his UNIAA organization. So I want you guys at home to read this quote out loud. Yes, I know you might be in the house by yourself. I know it's a Tuesday evening. Nonetheless, I want you to say it out loud because I want you to hear the words. And I just have this feeling when it comes to energy and vibration, that if all of us all over this world are reading these words at the same time, then it's almost like we're like connecting like Voltron on an intellectual ancestral level. Okay? So let's start it off like this. We must, our own saints, create our own martyrs, and elevate to positions of fame and honor Black men and women who have made their distinct contributions to our racial history. Now, what that means is that basically we as a Black community need to take charge in determining who we are appointing as the leaders of our community, who we are appointing as the icons, who we are appointing as the carriers on of our stories, of our narratives, of our truths, etc. And we do not have to hand that over to others, to oppressors, etc. No. We ourselves can actually be the harbingers of that. And we must do that by actively coming together and creating spaces like this one. Now, the Illustrious League of Master Blacksperts is a hub for such space because the Illustrious League of Master Blacksperts is a made up but very real consortium of individuals who have contributed considerably to the African American cultural canon. Yes, individuals like this. Who is that? 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 Look at all these classics, these legends, these icons. We got Martin Luther King, we got Ida B. Wells. We got Maya Angelou, we got James Baldwin. We got Aaliyah, we got Dapper Dan. We've got Nina Simone, Dizzy Gillespie. And these are just a few of the folks that we can look to who have come before us and laid down a groundwork based on their sheer innovation, based on character, based on values, that has continued to extend even further what Black people have contributed to this planet. When the aliens show up, they're going to be like, yo, I think we're going to have to take all the Black folks because they're the ones doing all the work. Correct. So this is the Illustrious League of Master Blacksperts, and we have had so many folks come through that have also been inducted into the Illustrious League of Master Blacksperts. A long list of individuals. Our last show was Bob the Drag Queen, who won the title. We've also had Megan Good. We've also had Flex. We've had Gabourey Sidibe. We've had Layla Hathaway. We have had Cree Summer. We've had Chico Bean. We've had Currency. We have had Carrie Hilson, Brian. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And these are just the individuals who won, y'all. These are just the individuals who won. And now tonight we have Lauren London. We have Angela Rye. I mean, the list goes on and on. Tonight, we have two more individuals who are coming to the Smart Funny and Black in the Crib stage to see if they are going to be crowned the illustrious and inducted into the Illustrious League of Master Blacksperts. You have seen them all over these internets, keeping us laughing and keeping us thinking. Please give a warm Smart Funny and Black in the Crib welcome to Lene and Jasmine W. Hello, ladies. My mom was like, you know, I like that you're having the youth on the show. I like that you're having the youth. And I was like, what you trying to say? So, but I really was like, you know, I want these women to speak for themselves and define how they define themselves. Because, you know, on the internets, I feel like, you know, you get like one word, like influencer or what is it, like a public figure. And I think all of that is silly. Please, let's start with Lene. Tell the people about yourself and about the work you're doing and where you want to go and all that good stuff.
Well, hey, everybody. My name is Lene, a.k.a. Leneezy. Most folks know me for my IGTV series, Parking Lot Pimpin', where I come every Friday and I spill the tea about Black history and Black issues and current events and all of this jazz. But I'm a poet at heart. I'm an artist. Performance arts background is my thing. I just happen to use the knowledge, the things that I learned in the classroom to share with you guys in the best way I know how. But, it's in my bio. Most people know it. Somebody get this girl a show. I'm trying to get into the entertainment sector. Want somebody to cast me, but I'm really interested in telling Black stories from this lens of learned academic Black in a creative way that allows us to educate folks as we entertain them, as we make them laugh, because I think that's such a great way of bringing folks to the table and expanding the conversation on bettering race relations better than what they are today. So yeah, that's what I do. That's me.
All right, Jasmine, your turn.
Hey y'all know I'm Jasmine W. Anyway, I'm a stand-up comedian, actress, content creator, actor, and I like to create. I always say I create content for Black women anybody can enjoy, but I want us to be able to laugh at the ridiculous things that happen to us all the time, whether that's Karen's behavioral therapy or microaggressions or working in the workplace. I quit my job in human resources. Yes, in actual human resources to do stand-up comedy full-time. And I've been doing it for 7 years. I'm an actual stand-up comedian. No shade, honey, but I gets on the stage. Okay. So, just laugh with me.
Yes, shade. Because listen, it's a different thing. As a stand-up, I'll tell you, it's a different thing. And I will also say, as a poet, it's a different thing. I have done both. It's a different thing. It's different. Indeed. It's different than having an edit. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
And that's true.
Just like being a poet is different than having a beat. Mm-hmm. Being a poet is different than having a beat because you're there up there by yourself. You don't have the catchiness. You can't just throw it to the drummer.
You think you got 10 minutes, you really got 3 minutes worth of material, honey.
That is a lesson I've watched people learn in real time, is coming on stage and not really realizing, guess what? I'm not as funny as I thought I was. And that is a journey. It's a journey. But I really love the work you guys are doing. And I was so happy to see how excited everybody was when I announced that y'all were doing the show. People was like, yes! I'm like, yes, we need joy. We need joy. So that being said, I'm very excited about tonight. Lene, please tell us, why do you think, first tell us, what fam are you representing tonight?
I'm gonna go for culture fam. I thought about woke, but I want to steer away from all accusations of hotepery. But culture fam is where I'm at, because I am an artist at heart, and that's the lens through which I give you the things that I read. So that's that. On that, do you want me to tell you why I think I'm gonna win?
Yes, I do.
Well, because I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I'm gonna admit I got a little nervous because I know Jasmine's a stand-up comedian, but again, this is what I do. This is why I also quit my job. So it's an even slate, sis.
I love the amount of quitting we have here. This is the kind of quitting I like. You know how they have good trouble? This is good quitting. I like that. Yeah. Yes. Jasmine, which fam are you going to be representing tonight?
Now, can we be both a part of the same fam?
Okay. Of course.
Because I do love I didn't know reading was a read too, so I thought about that one. But no, I'm gonna say culture fam, honey, because that's what I do it for. Mm-hmm. Yes, they asked me what I do and who I do it for, honey, and that's exactly what I do it for.
Indeed.
They asked me what I do. I do it for. Culture fams, I see y'all. Now, Lene, just want to give you a heads up that you will be expected to do a poem before the evening is done. Okay, so
I got it. I got it already. Thought about it this morning. I got you.
Dr. Angelou told us that God gives you talent and you better be prepared to show your gifts when they are asked of you, which I think is true. It's for everyone except for comics. Because let me tell you why. Because you'll be at the doctor's office and the doctor's like, "Oh, you're a comedian. Tell me a joke." And I'm like, your hand is on my breast. It's not a funny time. It's not a funny time. And so my comeback is always, "I'm not on the clock." And they're like, and I'm like, there we go. Perfect. So I was serious, but you thought it was a joke. And so now we're both pleased. All right. So Jasmine, I'm not going to ask you to do stand-up on a Zoom.
Thank you.
Because that would be mean.
It would.
And it would be mean
to go bad.
Which just sounds crazy. So I'm very excited, like I said, to have you both. Now, the way tonight is going to go is I'm going to take you through a series of games. The games will be voted on largely in part by our audience at home who is in the chat, just chatting away. There's only one of the games that's actually going to be voted on by right and wrong answers, and that is Black Facts. So I need y'all to tap in, because it's going to be a lot of just you being smart and funny that gets you to win these particular games and segments. At the end of the night, one of you will be crowned and inducted into the illustrious League of Master Blacksperts, joining a long line of individuals who have come through and did the damn thing. So in the meantime, in between time, there'll also be some fun little things like moments of ebony excellence, as well as a Black barbecue moment. Now, the Black barbecue moment is a moment in the show that, like any barbecue, when a certain song comes on, you have to put your plate down because you know that it is time to do the electric slide. And that song is a little ditty that everyone knows that begins like this. Been in it, whoa, whoa. So when you hear the familiar sounds of Frankie Beverly and Maze, before I let go, we are going to get up and we're going to do the electric slide wherever we are in our homes. Now, all of you all who have signed up to be a part of the Cheer Squad, we are so excited to have you and to bring you up on screen. When you come up on screen, give us your all. Show us what you're about, because this is the way that we connect to folks, since we are not able to be at your house physically. And since you aren't able to be at the theater physically, we can connect digitally in this way by you sending your love and your vibes through the screen when you come on the stage. So shout out to everybody who signed up to be a part of our Cheer Squad. We will be letting you know when to come backstage. Make sure you look out for the marquee that's going to be scrolling at the bottom of the screen that's going to tell you Cheer Squad, come backstage. It's time to come backstage. All right. Now, before we continue, we got to do one thing. And it's the same thing we always do. We got to lift every voice. So Cheer Squad, now is the time to come on backstage so that you can join us as we raise our voices in singing the Negro National Anthem.
Alto, soprano, tenor.
I see Tina. Okay, Tina with the trash. Out there. And sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of me. Let me get a double clap. Let our Make sure to mute your mics. Loud as the rolling sea. Now we gotta dig deep for this. Sing a song full of the faith that the... Oh, does Peachy have a cat? Oh, it's a dog! Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Hey! Hey, I can't wait to be back doing this live. Till victory is won. Yes! Cheer Squad! Janet, let me see everybody. Look at the Cheer Squad. Shout out to Vicky, Keena, Aaron, and Manny, Jermaine and Raymond, Peachy, Jocelyn, Jenny, Jenks, Alex. Thank you all for joining us right here on stage as we get this show started. It's time for another Smart Funny. Let's get into it. But first, a message Y'all be asking me questions all the goddamn time. Amanda, can I get advice? Amanda, what you think about? Amanda, I know you gonna say something about. And I was like, you know what? Let's just make a show about all the shit y'all be asking me about. Thus, Views from Amandaland was born. So, we're gonna have this show going down. Y'all gonna send me your questions. I'm gonna answer them. Sometimes I'll have friends join me to answer them. Anything can happen. It's Amandaland.
Are we back? Hey.
I think so. I think we're hosting now.
Lene, I didn't know you were gonna choose the culture team.
Yeah, girl, I thought about it and I was like, nope, it's gonna be culture for me.
Okay.
Jasmine, who did you think she was gonna choose?
I thought she was gonna be the woke. I thought she was on the edge of Hotep.
I know you did. And I had to make sure the people knew that's not what I was about.
Listen, it's very easy to walk a line of Hotepery when you have knowledge and awareness. It's a thin line, and you have are those faux locks or those locks?
Faux locks.
So even the imagery of a lock, can lead people to believe that, like, you know, you live in existence of incense and Hotep. And
listen, even a 4C natural hair, honey. The men come over, they think I'm a Hotep. I'm like, baby, this is I will put a wig on quick, honey. This is not a problem.
Right. For me, it's not for any cultural reason. I cannot lay a lace front. I've tried. It's not my thing.
Let me tell you something. I was watching Mary J. Blige's documentary today, and I was, of course, like, the music, everything is so much. But I was also impressed by the wigs, because the consistency of the layeth of the lace front was just phenomenal, but also inspirational. As someone who has had to wear a wig on Insecure like multiple days in a row, I don't know how y'all are doing it. I don't, because my scalp is like, give us free.
Yeah.
You got to toughen up your scalp, Amanda. You got to.
How?
Yeah.
What exercises does one do to toughen up the scalp? I'm trying to tell you, I genuinely was like, you know what? She really doing that every day, and that's a testament to just her commitment. That's a commitment. So shout out to Mary. If you haven't seen that documentary, please watch it. Also, side note, another dope show, Betty, on HBO Max, is about a crew of skaters, and they got so many Black girls in this damn show, and they are all so unique and fly and amazing. I am obsessed with this show, and they just started airing season 2. They got one more episode of season 2. So just if you want to find another good show to watch that would, like, pull you in, watch Betty. Like, dope writing, dope cast. It's in New York, and it's taking me back to my youth, and I love it. And it's really responsibly written. And when I say that, I mean it's written in a way where it's like message, but without being like message. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. So check out Betty. All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Okay. So let's get into our first game of the night. This first game of the night is a little game called Receipts. Now, the way that Receipts works is our Black spurts are going to be given an actual icon, and the receipt that goes along with that icon is of items that have been integral in this icon becoming an icon. And so we're challenging our Black spurts with teaching us about said icon in a smart, funny way, while utilizing the items on their receipts to tell us why that person is so dope, effective, necessary to Black culture. Now, just by nature of the way that folks are situated on the screen, Jasmine, you are going to go first.
Okay.
Your first icon is Assata Shakur. Her receipt reads a Tupac cassette tape, AK-47, and travel guide, everything you need to know about Cuba. So, in order for those of you at home in your judging criteria, she needs to mention how all of these things are integral parts of Assata Shakur in her explanation. Jasmine, take it away.
First of all, and I'm going to go in order, okay? First of all, if you don't know Assata, okay, she's on the FBI's most wanted list, honey. And when you get ready to ride out, you need a rider, and there's no better rider than Tupac. you know when you on your way to work, or actually when you on your way from work, and your boss then really made you mad, you turn on your Tupac so you can really get in your zone before, you know what I mean? So I'm sure Asata is rocking Tupac or listening to Tupac when she needs motivation to just really just stay on her shit, to just keep hiding from the FBI. Now you need an AK-47, honey, because if you guys read the notes, it said she was in a shootout with the police. And what does that sound like? Self-defense. Okay. Self-defense, baby. You need an AK on your Calvin Klein, or on your FUBUs, okay? You got to keep an AK on your hip, honey, if you're gonna be wanted by the police. Because what's the first thing they're gonna do? Shoot, okay? Especially the FBI. And the next thing you need, everything you need to know about Cuba, baby. That's the best place to hide, honey, because that's where all the criminals hide. Number one. Number two, you black, you're gonna blend right in. Okay. And number three, well, I don't know if it's still illegal for people to travel, but it used to be illegal for people to travel there. So you just can't come running, checking up on me, honey. So that's why those three things are on her receipt list.
Okay. Now, I need to also make sure that you all know that the receipt elements need to be used in the proper way. Now, Jasmine,
what I do?
Do you know why Tupac's cassette tape is on this list?
Was she listening to Tupac when she got pulled over for the tail light? No, that was before Tupac. What happened?
She is Tupac's godmother.
Indeed.
I didn't know that.
Yes, she is. She is Pac's godmother, Assata Shakur. And Pac's mother was Afeni Shakur.
Okay, I didn't know they were related.
This is why we have this show. Learning. All right, but that was still a great job. Shout out to Jasmine. Jumping us off. That's exactly how that game is supposed to be played. I love how you did it. Lene, let's see. Who is your black icon with the receipt? Miss Madam C.J. Walker. On her receipt, we have a flat iron. We have the car jack and spare tire. We have how to be a millionaire for dummies. Lene, please take it away.
I'm keep it black and I'm gonna keep it brief because this is a very succinct explanation. Madam C.J. Walker is the first self-made woman millionaire, but I'm going to give her self-made black woman millionaire for her hair care products, which is why the flat iron is in there, because she wanted to give black women a healthier way to straighten their hair, or just give them more black women oriented products while they were straightening their hair, to take care of their hair. And I'm not completely sure whether there's a car jack and tire on there for like specific reasons, but I'm just going to say because she's an independent black woman who didn't need no man and got rid of them frequently because she didn't need not a one of them.
Very creative reason for why there's a car jack and a spare tire. Now, the actual reason why there is a car jack and a spare tire, I can come on screen at any time. The actual reason why there's a car jack and a spare tire, everybody has seen this picture of Madam C.J. Walker. I wish I had the picture to pull up, but y'all could Google it. Madam C.J. Walker in her car, and she was in her car and she was with her girls, and they were in like a Model T Ford. And that was at a time where anybody couldn't have a Ford. Okay. Right now, anybody can kind of afford the small little Ford Festiva that looks like a baby sneaker, but that wasn't available back then. So it was a really big deal that she had a vehicle, and she has this picture where it really looks like it could be a scene from a Keisha Cole video. Like they all in the car, like, I got your man. They got on furs. They're looking very fancy. Now I have a flat iron on there, but what I meant to say was a hot comb. So that's my error.
Okay.
That's right. Okay. But you used it properly anyway, because you flowed right past that to the real point, which is that Madam C.J. Walker's Millions was created in her creating black hair care products that allowed women to straighten their hair in a more manageable way. Now, of course, we learned later that was a doozy. We learned later that the perm was a doozy. Nonetheless, the perm is what straightened out her money and got her to them dollars, where them dollars at. So thank you for giving us some info on Miss Madam C.J. Walker as we get into one more receipt each. Jasmine, you're up next.
All right.
What is going to be your receipt?
Kendrick. Okay. Okay. This is y'all know who Kendrick is. This is our boy right here. He's from LA. That's why he's gonna have a LA Dodgers cap, honey. He's from Los Angeles. Okay. He's gonna have Beats by Dre headphones because you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stand on the fact that I think he has an endorsement with them. Like he be advertising for their headphones and stuff, honey. And then the Pulitzer Prize, he won one with his lyrical geniusness. Okay. And I'm just go out on a limb and say that.
Just go out on a limb and say that. Well, Kendrick did win a Pulitzer Prize for his album Damn. He is definitely from LA, you know. Good Kid, Mad City is all about growing up in Compton. And the reason he has Beat by Dre headphones is because he used to write for Dr. Dre. And Dr. Dre is actually who, you know, was able to like help him, to my knowledge, get a deal at Interscope, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, but he used to write for Dre. So that is how we got those items on the receipts. Look at Jasmine, like, I didn't know.
I thought real rappers didn't have writers, child, but I guess.
Well, Dr. Dre is not a real rapper. Dr. Dre is a producer who raps.
Okay. Thank you.
It's like Puff. Like, Puffy ain't writing no raps.
Yes, he ain't.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, this is a different era and this is a different time. And folks really do be having folks writing for them. So, you know, I guess it's because of the volume of music that has to be put out. But as a comic and a poet, ain't nobody writing my lyrics. So,
facts.
Lene, bring us home. What is going to be Lene's topic? Spike Lee. All right. Nick's Season Ticks, the autobiography of Malcolm X. And I actually had changed that bottom one, but I think it maybe didn't update in the system. And it is supposed to be something else, but it's fine because we are here. So we're just going to go with camera.
Okay. Hey, Spike, Morehouse Brothers, Spillhouse fam. Love to see it. He's going to have New York Knicks season tickets because he might be the only holder of New York Knicks season tickets, JK. But he's a New York Knicks fan, a stan, if you will, front row at every game. Autobiography of Malcolm X. He made the Malcolm X movie starring Denzel Washington, and the camera is there. Not sure what else it would have been, but the camera is there because he was going to pick up a camera and tell a story from a Black man's purview if his life depended on it. And maybe it did, maybe it didn't, but that's what he spent his life doing. So that's my man, Spike Lee.
All right. Got that. Okay. So that was Spike Lee, Madam C.J. Walker, Kendrick Lamar, and who was our first one?
Asata.
And Asata Shakur in our game receipts. Give it up for our Black spirits at home. Yeah. Both y'all did a great job. You did a great job of not only speaking from a knowledgeable place when you knew, but also fronting like you were speaking from a knowledgeable place when you didn't know, which is a skill that is very necessary, particularly when you are a Black woman and you are constantly put in spaces where you're expected to be perfect at all times. So,
correct.
Kudos. You all, like that's so kudos to you all. Our Black spirits are starting us off on the right foot. We are going to let you all at home vote. So go into the polls, make your voice heard. Who won the first game receipts? Is it Lene? Otherwise known as Laneezy? Is it our favorite human resources specialist, Jasmine W? Go into those comments, hit us with the polls, get the vote out there, and let's see when we come back who won the first game of the night here at Smart Funny and
Hey, baby.
Hey, Ma.
That's what you learned in school today.
Today I learned there's a reason the pictures in my history book are black and white. It's so we can pretend the past is past and not still present in plain sight. And so people can tell me that racism today is not really serious and not still sitting next to me in my first, second, and third period.
Today I learned I can master language like Langston. That I'm gonna grow up to earn an Emmy, Grammy and get my Toni Morrison on. And yet, you'll still deduct points from my creative writing papers because this isn't grammatically correct.
Today, I learned in doodles, you can see creativity or disruption, self-expression or dysfunction. But the difference between detention and diagnosis of a deficit in attention is the pigmentation of that fine line between problem and potential.
Today I learned which hallways get metal detectors instead of hall monitors, police officers instead of school counselors, that you perpetually suspect I'm a suspect, even though it's not my face in the news when there's another school shooting.
Today I learned I can wake up to a stressed out mom, come home to a dad dealing with things he does not have the power to speak on, that I can watch people who look like me be murdered on TV, that I can be crumbling inside, like the foundations of the playgrounds I'm supposed to be able to play on, and the only thing anyone at school will ask me is, why didn't I do my English homework last night?
We know the names of the founding fathers.
What it takes to diagram a sentence.
How to add up all the variables of any equation.
But those are the lessons we carry with us.
So what did I learn today? Exactly what you taught me.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Come on, Ad.
Okay, put me in my place.
Come on. Right.
Let's talk about it. What do y'all like about that ad? How did that speak to y'all?
I mean, for me, it was just the realness. It was a sis serving her emotions, what she has to deal with outside of the school, and serving lashes, honey. And us perceiving what, how we're treated outside of school, but still expected simpler to work to come in and have our homework done and pretend like it's not a thing as well. It was a really good ad. It spoke to me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I took a bathroom break, but I heard it in my headphones. But no, the students were basically letting me know that the school system is not one that is conducive for Black students to feel safe, to feel healthy or empowered, and that they are learning the things that are very intentional for Black kids to think and be smaller in their thinking.
Now, you guys are, I don't know how old you are. I'm going to guess. I feel like you're in the 24, 27 range.
What we're supposed to tell you?
Are we doing the thing where we pretend, where we don't say our ages?
I'm just,
What is that about?
No, girl, I don't care.
People keep their ages secret. What is that about?
Go ahead, Lynn.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, sis.
I actually have never told my age online because people say I'm everything from 24 to 34. So I'm like, when casting directors come see me, baby, just guess and just go from there,
I'm the first to tell you that casting directors don't give a flying fuck about how old you are. Okay, I'm gonna just let y'all know this right now, because no matter what we say, they never know anyway, because Black folks never look whatever age we tell them, ever. I met a white woman. Did you know that, what was her name? Sarah Huckabee, who used to be 45's press secretary. She was 34. Now, I want you to Google her. Everybody who's online right now, I want you to Google this woman. She was 34. 34. Life comes at you fast when you lying every motherfucking day. Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Like a banana.
Yeah.
Whole little tank.
Whole little tank. But everyone who's watching, let me just tell you, all that age shit, it ends up being. Listen, of course, it's your prerogative, whatever you want to say about your age. But I just want you to know that when it comes to casting directors and whatnot, they don't even know your last name.
I don't want to know my last name, Amanda.
I'm saying even if you had a last name and you were not friends, they want to know if you can do the part. And that really is irrelevant about age. And I've been very fortunate to get to see that in real time, that at the end of the day, they just want to know, can you play the part? And are you going to get along with everybody else who is casted? And that's why you have a chemistry test. And that's why, they don't ask you your age or resumes. They just want to see, like, are you going to do this? And here's a tip for all of our actresses out there. When you go into an audition, ask them, so how do you see this character? Ask them, because it gets them talking and it gets them giving you tips into what they're looking for in the room, so that you're not like flying blind, because we're always flying blind often when we go in the room, right? And it also starts you having a rapport with that casting director. So now they're not just looking at you as some person with a last name that starts with one letter that has no age, and now they actually have like a image of you as an entity, and they start to like you. And casting directors will bring you back simply because they like you. That's it. I auditioned for Insecure. I was auditioning for a completely different role. And because the casting director likes me, because we have a rapport, I was like, Nikki, you got anything else? You got anything else? Because I'm not going to get that part that I just auditioned for. You know that, and I know that. My titties ain't big enough. And you got to know yourself. And she was like, well, we have this other role. It's like, I don't know, bougie Ivy League graduate, early 30s. And I was like, oh, except for the bougie part, I can do that. And so 6 years later, Tiffany Dubois. So just a tip from the hip. Okay.
Appreciate that.
You play bougie well.
Thank you. I've been around enough bougie broads to have taken it in and know how to get it out. But I am far from bougie, but I am high class.
Yeah.
And period. I usually don't mind. I just didn't want to, make Jasmine feel like she was compelled to say it if I say it. But I usually didn't give away my age, especially when I was a teacher, because people don't respect me when they find out how young I am. But I'm 26, but I always used to tell my kids I was 34. So they would feel the distance, even though it wasn't too far in numbers. But yeah, even now today, people don't respect what I have to say because they feel like I haven't experienced enough or whatever. But
it's not that. And let me tell you why. Because I was your age at one point and someone told me the exact same thing. Like literally the exact same thing. Because I was just like you and I was like, where's my show? I need a show. Why don't I have a show? And I remember, I'm not going to say the person's name, but she looked at me and she was like, you know what? Listen, it's not time for you to have a show yet. And I was like, why? She's like, because you have knowledge, but you don't have wisdom. And she was like, it's not to say that you're not going to work. It's not to say that you're not going to have jobs. It's not going to say that you're not going to gain experience. But she was like, for you to speak the way that you want to speak, you just need a little bit more time living to do what you really want to do. And I was like, fuck that. But years later, she was right. Like she was 100% right. And it's not to say that that's the same path for everybody, but that was absolutely the right path for me. And I realized that like if I had gotten a show at that time, it would have fucked me up.
Yeah.
It would have fucked me up. I needed more wisdom, not to do the show, to handle what comes with the show.
Right.
And that's on period.
Yes.
That is correct.
Because that's the ticket. That's the doozy.
It is a doozy, boy.
And for all intents and purposes, like no matter, I say I'm 40 all day and people still treat me like I'm 22. And I like, well, sis, like someone called me bro the other day and I was like, why are you calling me bro? And it made me feel like I needed to get a Madam CJ Walker perm and put on a pump and a knee-length tweed skirt and really come out here.
No.
Like, okay, y'all, now let's get down to business. But I can't. I like a sneaker too much. So that's just how it's going to be. But I love you all sharing. I love the audience getting to know y'all better, because when we see people on Instagram and whatnot, we're only seeing these little tidbits of the work they're doing. But you guys are definitely deeper than the 30-second videos that we get to see. Well, the 3-minute sometimes videos that we get to see. And so I'm happy that we're getting the opportunity here at Smart, Funny, and Black to delve deeper into the lives of Lene and Jasmine and into the intellectual comedic minds, because we're about to get into our next game, Blood-Bates!
Let's get it.
Blood-Bates! Black debates. So Blood-Bates is a little game. Actually, wait. No, I didn't name the winner. The winner of our first game. The polls have come in. And the winner of our first game, drum roll, Jazz at 30 and Lene at 70%. Yes. With the first game. Now remember, it's early in the game. It's early in the game.
Okay.
So Jazz, you can definitely come back with it. Right now we got Blabates and it's your chance. So let's get into it. Now Blabates is a game where we pick a question that can be asked within our community and assessed within our community. It's one of those questions where outsiders probably wouldn't really understand what we're really talking about, but y'all are in the group chat already talking about it anyway, and so we're bringing it right here to the stage. Now, the way this is going to work is we're going to present to you what the question is for the debate. Both answers are correct answers. We're not judging which is the correct answer. We're judging who is the better debater, meaning which of you convinces us that your person is the correct person. All right. So tonight's debate topic is: who would you choose to give a devastating read to an enemy on your behalf from which they would never recover? Michelle Obama or Tabitha Brown? Now, both of these women are the president and co-chair of the They Go Low, We Go High Club. And thus, their read is delivered in a particular fashion that our Black experts are going to hip us to. Now, Lene, you won the last game, so you get to decide who do you want to debate on behalf of.
If I need a devastating read, I'm gonna have to go with Miss Tabitha Brown. I'm gonna have to give it to her because
wait. Okay. So Jasmine, that means that you have Miss Michelle. She has a full name that my friend always says every time. It's like Michelle Robinson Obama, but we're just gonna call her Michelle Obama. So the way the game is gonna work tonight is that our Black experts are each going to give an opening statement. Then they're gonna rebuttal. Then they're going to give a closing statement. And then you guys are going to go to the polls and tell us which one of them was the most effective debater in determining who would be the best to read their enemy. Lene, since you got to choose which side you wanted to do, Jasmine, you get to decide who goes first, you or Lene.
Lene can go first.
Oh gosh.
All right.
I acted like I was ready, but I wasn't ready. Okay.
Back and let y'all take it away.
Yes.
Let me please. Why, Tabitha Brown?
Okay, Jasmine, I acted like I was ready, but I was not ready. But here we are. No, if I'm gonna need someone to be read, I'm gonna ask Miss Tab to do it because Miss Tab, just like Michelle Obama is gonna do it with class, but Miss Tab is going to step away from all the many busy things she has to do, spreading love and joy to get someone all the way together with the love of Christ. Give it to you with a smile. I don't know how many teeth you have in your mouth, but all of the whites, she's going to give them to you. And you're going to be a little bit confused. Like, is she reading me or is she speaking life into me? But everyone witnessing the read will know the difference. And we'll be able to pick up on the shade. We'll be able to pick up on the truth about it, though, because there is no shade involved if you're speaking factual information. And that's my opening statement about Miss Tab.
Jasmine, with your opening statement.
You know what, Michelle Obama, honey, first of all, let's get into how she's going to show up to the read, baby. She's going to have a wig. It's going to be laid, okay? The extensions will be precise, all right? The makeup's going to be on point, honey. The suit will be tailored, probably in a magenta or some sort of purple, to symbolize royalty, okay, honey? She will definitely have something that she can tug on when she gets you all the way together. Okay. And that is my open argument, baby. It's the fashion she's going to bring, first of all.
Jasmine.
Second of all, baby.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Lene.
Okay.
Oh, okay. My rebuttal. You are absolutely correct. Miss Michelle Obama is going to come with the fashions, but Miss Tab is going to come with backup. Have you met Donna? Depending on what mood Donna is in today, you're in for it. She could be tame. She could give you a very well thought out, very respectable, very I love you, hugs, church hugs read, or she could be all over the place today. Donna could have attitude, and if Donna has an attitude, there's no telling what's going to come out Miss Tab's mouth. So you can never be prepared for what Miss Tab is going to bring. That's all I have to say.
Lene, God damn it.
It's okay.
Now, Lene, this is true. Miss Tab, Auntie Tab does have a backup in her Adana, but let's not talk about backups, honey, because Obama will be right next sitting next to Michelle, honey, eating a sandwich because he knows when to keep his mouth closed. Okay, his mouth is going to be closed while Michelle reads you and gets you together, and Tab is going to do it with a smile, and Michelle, she ain't, honey. You're gonna know. You're gonna be able to read on her face, babe, because she ain't gonna do it with a smile. She's gonna do it with seriousness and get you together.
Okay, yeah, you're right about that. She's gonna get you together, but you know, my mama said. Did my mama say or my grandma said? But somebody said you can't answer a fool according to their foolishness. Hello? And some of these fools will take on Michelle Obama. They will try to argue back and forth because Michelle is going to come with that fire. But Miss Tab is going to end whatever she has to say with a prayer. She's going to bring the Lord in. She's going to bring God in to have the final word. And she's going to speak positivity into your life. And what do you have to say in return to that? How are you going to rebuttal when God has the final say? You can't do it.
Jasmine?
Well, honey, let me tell you something. What the white man in charge in America thinks he knows, the Bible. But I guess I'll tell you what thing he hasn't earned in education, because Michelle Obama went to Princeton and Harvard University. Baby, she from Chicago. She's earned every degree, honey. Okay. So you can pick up the Bible anywhere, honey, but can you pick up a degree? No.
And you know, degrees are nice. I got 2 of them. What you can't get from a school, granted, she's from Chicago, which is great, but what you can't get from a school is the street smarts. Miss Tab came from the South to LA. She came from the lower class having no job to the upper class being on the award shows and the streets. So she's seen it all. She's traversed the class divisiveness, the class segregation. So she knows the white man's arguments in and out, and she can flip it on if she has to, but she doesn't need to do that because she doesn't worry herself with what the white man has going on, because the white man don't run things around where Miss Tab has her power.
And Jasmine, your last rebuttal?
Baby, talking about the streets. Did you hear me when I said Michelle is from Chicago, honey? The South Side, not the North Side. Okay, baby. Listen, I didn't want to have to say this about Michelle, but she's been whooped a couple of bitches or 2. Okay, you're not supposed to know that. See, now I'm giving classified information, honey. Come on now.
You know, do I have another one or are we done?
No.
We have
because I was gonna have something for you.
Well, you do have a closing statement.
Oh, my closing statement. All right, cool. You know, I don't disagree with you. I don't even doubt you, but I don't doubt that Miss Tab doesn't have hands either, because have you seen Mr. Chance? I am sure she tried to fight a couple bras off him in their 27 some odd years of marriage. So don't come over here talking about hands, because I'm sure she's got them.
My closing argument, Lene, is I actually met Michelle and Obama and Barack.
Yikes.
And I whispered in Barack's ear because sometimes he be looking good, okay? And I didn't want to say this, but Michelle jacked me up and pinned me against the wall and got my ass together, okay? And she did it all while wearing a Kelly green suit, honey. Michelle is just that bitch. I don't want to have to say it, but she is, okay? And that's really all that I have to say. She got me together.
You're not wrong. You are not incorrect.
Let's give it up for our black friends. Y'all took that. Oh, y'all took. I hate to say it, but she
snatched me up against the neck.
Because I'm picturing it. I'm really picturing Michelle Obama snapping somebody up to the neck. Oh Lord, y'all are a whole fool. And the whispering in the ear. Picture that. Picture that. And let me tell you, Chicks is wild though. Chicks is wild. Chicks is wild. Like, listen, everybody's wild. I remember I was walking with my man in college, and a dude came and held my other hand. Like, which commenced to madness. But yes, and you know, so I remind him of that to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you fought for me, and I seen it with my own eyes. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Well, you all definitely fought for the winning. Yes, come on, Black Love. Come on, Black Love. Yes, yes. She can't never get a man. She's got too many opinions. Fuck out of here. All right. Lovelies, that was hilarious. And we are going to have our folks at home hit the polls so that they can vote on which one of you all is going to take the crown for Blabates. But first, we are going to check out this little video right here. When we come back, y'all at home are going to let us know who won Blabates, Lene or Jasmine. Lene talking for Tabs and Jazz talking for Michelle. Oh, let's find out when we come back.
I've been having a rough day, y'all.
I'm Amanda Seals, your favorite known but not yet famous New York funny girl on the grind.
These just feel like this place is trying to kill you.
They're always talking about you want to do more black stuff.
You glow, goddess!
I mean, a slave, that's a black role.
That does not sound promising.
So I said, girl, you better get your life. And I decided to move back to my birthplace, LA, which is full of ridiculous moments.
Am I really about to tell Cree Summer about my vajayjay juices?
Is that supposed to go that way?
Maybe it's like a racial thing.
She looks a little Mexican, so she might be cool.
Okay.
And hella ridiculous folks.
Oh, like in your sanctuary?
What you think about this neighborhood right here?
There's a flavor.
That I run into as I keep on working my way to the big time.
I gotta be on it,
right,
on point, like Stacey Adams.
I've teamed up with the homie Issa Rae.
Hey, boo.
To bring you a little, it's kind of big. Okay, a major scripted show about my very unscripted life.
Yes!
Yes, y'all.
Yes.
All right, took it way back. Now, that was a show that I did back in 2015, and we are now bringing it back because, you know, some things just never get old. They're vintage. And this is a show that I really still believe in, Get Your Life. And we are going to be showing our second season, which a lot of folks did not get a chance to see, but folks, we stay asking me, when are we going to get season 2? So when we launch our Patreon in August, you're going to get a chance to see season 2 of Get Your Life. So look out for that. And shout out to all of our creatives out here who are making their visions happen, regardless of whether it gets quote unquote picked up or if somebody else buys it, etc. I always say that you can't let everybody else's no mean a no for you. You got to create your own yeses. And the beauty of it is that we have so many ways to do that now with crowdfunding, with the interwebs, and with just getting together with your fellow creatives and putting some shit together. It don't got to look like it's a whole HBO Stars show. It just got to feel good. And so I'm encouraging all of y'all who are watching at home that have been thinking about making some shit, do that shit. All right. Now, we told y'all to get into the polls and y'all did that shit. And we have our winner of Blabates. Flipping the script, Jasmine at 76 and Lene at 24. We have evened the score. We have evened the score. And so that is a beautiful thing. So you see how this works? We're going to keep the game. We're going to keep the night going. But, oh my God, is it? Wait, is it? I think it's time. I think it's time for a Black barbecue moment.
You make me happy. Do, do, do. Miss you.
Come on, y'all. You make me happy. Beside me. Come on, hey, and do me well. Yes, this one, and I really love you. You should know. I wanna make sure I'm right, girl, before I let go. Let me hear y'all. Hey, you know I think the sun rises and shines on you. You know there's nothing, hey, nothing I would not do. Y'all look so good. Hey, before I let you. Come on, y'all. Even the dog is in on it. I see it. Oh, I will never let you go before I go.
Black facts in your face. Black facts coming at ya. Black facts asking my mom. Whoa.
I think we need to hit that one more time.
Black facts in your face. Black facts coming at ya. Black facts asking my mom. Black facts. Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back. Lene, what were you going through just now?
Oh no, I was saying I'm tuned in. I gotta focus because Black facts.
Black facts were coming
Sure I know
at
what's going on.
Yes, they were Ask Your Mama. Wow. Yes, you got it. That's correct. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed the Black Barbecue moment. Everybody at home, I know our cheer squad had y'all turned up because they had the dog. Folks was in the house. I like when y'all be like, y'all got the TV behind you with the show on, and then you in the living room. That makes me feel good. And we decided to do the show on a Tuesday this time because we like, I know folks is going out on the weekends. Folks is finally getting a chance to get back in the world. But in the week, you may want some shit on that's going to keep you uplifted and get you through to Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And so why not put Smart, Funny, and Black right in the middle of your week so that you can keep on with the good vibes until you get to break away on Friday, right? So that's how we are doing this. Welcome back, y'all. We have a tied game right now. We got Lene and Jasmine. Both got one for debates, one for receipts. And now we're about to get into this game called Black Facts, which is a good neutralizer because Black Facts is all about the facts. Okay. Black facts is all about the facts. Now, the way this is going to go is that we are going to basically give you a question that is based on this theme, and then you guys are going to buzz in, and when you buzz in, you're going to tell us what the correct answer is. And tonight's theme for Black Facts is If It Wasn't for Black Folks. Now, the reason why we say if it wasn't for Black folks is because all of the questions will be related to something that may have been a part of the pop culture zeitgeist, but was improved once Black folks got the chance to put theirs on the world display. So, for example, wedding receptions were all achy breaky hearts and the chicken dance until we sparked this movement across the dance floor. What would the answer be? The electric slide, just as demonstrated in the Black Barbecue moment. Now, in order for you to buzz in, we got to get buzzers. So I'm going to ask you all to tell me, what would you like your buzzer sound to be? Now, everybody has had their own buzzer sound. Some people's buzzers have been nigga. We've had other people whose buzzers was yaramin. One of my favorites was we had a sister who came on stage in Chicago, and her buzzer was which is the beginning of H-Town's Knocking the Boots.
Goodness.
So, Jasmine, you won the last game. What do you think your buzzer is going to be?
You know what? My buzzer going to be because that's what I say when, I know something. You know what I mean? So that's going to be my buzzer.
All right, so let's try it out. The answer is, and Jasmine buzzes in, what's it going to be? Perfect. Yes. Lene, what is your buzzer going to be?
Period. That's that. That's what it's gonna be.
Period with a D and a T and a D and a T.
Period.
Into this, I'm curious. Where are you guys from?
Oh goodness, I'm from Georgia. I was gonna say Atlanta, but the people at home will get me for that. I'm from Georgia.
Why would they get you for that? Are you from like outside of Atlanta, but you claim Atlanta?
Yes. I've been here since I went to school, AUC, gang. I went to Spelman, but I've been here since I went to college, besides grad school. But so Atlanta's home, but they would be like, she from Oxford. That's what they'll say.
Disrespectful. Jasmine, where are you from?
I'm from Dallas. They be doing me like that too, because I'm from Dallas. But I am from a small town called Rowlett on the outskirts, but it's Dallas County, baby. So you don't even do me.
Which airport are you flying out of?
Baby, Love Field or DFW?
There it is. So listen, I hear you. I'm with it. All right. So we got some Southerners here with us tonight. Whenever we get a black fact correct, we always say, that is a. That is a. Okay. So we have two culture fams repping, and we're going to get into this. A world without black folks. Now, please let me finish reading the hint before you buzz in. Okay? Actually, you know what? I'm going to try something new. You can buzz in while I'm reading the hint, but I'm going to finish reading the hint before we go to the answer.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. All right. And Jana, don't forget to do those marquees that we had done before the show. Jana is our tech who is running the show. So let's give a round of applause to Jana real quick. Jana, yes, Jana. Jana is at home making all of this happen, Okay. Johnny Carson had late night buttoned up. Okay. And at the golf course until this show barked its way into the lead. Jasmine?
Oh, my guess is Arsenio Hall.
That is A! That is A! All right. Now, for the bonus, why did the hint say barked its way into the lead?
Oh, because Arsenio Hall used to say, in the beginning of his show. Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you're showing your age.
Baby, I had no clue. I had no clue.
All right, we got Jasmine on the board with 2. All right. Mullets reigned as the official hairstyle of the renegade until brothers reached for higher heights. Lene.
Oh, you said higher heights? Man. I'm going to go with my first answer. I was going to say the Jerry curl.
That is not a black fact. Yeah. Jasmine for the seal?
The high top?
That is A! That is A!
Good job, Jasmine.
Yeah. But I'm going to give you a chance to get a point. Which 90s film hilarious? Lene?
House
I'm
Party?
not even going to finish.
House Party?
No. What? You didn't let me finish. Aha. Which 90s film hilariously addressed the byproducts of having a Jerry curl?
Oh my God, please give me time.
It's an 80s film.
I know. Wait. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Wow.
Who was
because I would not have had that for you.
No. Oh, okay, I don't know it.
Your soul go.
Is it Coming to America?
That is correct.
Okay. I didn't know that was 80s. I didn't know that was 80s. Okay, cool.
I didn't know that was 80s either.
Let's see. What year?
Coming to America is 80s?
I think that's very early 90s.
Let's see. Let me look at my VHS tape.
Yikes. Not the VHS.
It's 80s. I think it's 80s.
And see. Yes, 1988.
Yeah.
1988.
Okay.
And let it shine through, baby. Just let your soul glow.
Yes.
Soul glow. Coming to America is one of my favorite movies of all time. So any opportunity I have to mention it, I'm going to use it. So there is that.
You gave me a point.
All right. So what's the score? Taj, can you keep score for me? Because you know I never can keep score. Taj is our producer. Shout out to Taj. Yay!
Oh, Taj.
Shout out to all the Smart, Funny, and Black team that is in the back right now. Shout out to all the Smart, Funny, and Black team in the back right now making this happen. All right. Next question. The world would have thought New York was only privileged white people in very large apartments. Had this crew of sisters not had in Brooklyn.
Living Single.
That is A.
Wow. That is my favorite show. That's my favorite.
Now, we will give you the opportunity to steal if you can sing the theme song, Lene.
Okay. Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up. That's right. Yeah, right. My homegirl standing to my left and my right. True glue. It's tight like glue. We are living in a single. Cause in the 90s, I'm confused because I feel like you're not gonna give me the point. I'm glad I got my girl.
I feel like there was some lyrics that didn't make it into the song, and
I mean, I get it. I should be
I
ashamed.
know more lyrics than that.
You know what? We're gonna give you the point because it's
I appreciate it.
It's impressive that you were not watching that show when it came on because you weren't old enough to, and yet you still knew the lyrics.
I was 100% watching it illegally, according to my parents.
Illegally. All right. Now, our next question.
Okay.
Music TV was all Madonna, Mariah, and the Backstreet Boys. But these brothers on MTV made ODB feel at home. Jasmine.
Boys to
too
Men.
young for this.
So let me clarify because I feel like I wrote this question in a way that's confusing.
Oh.
Hosts.
Oh.
Music TV shows. There we go. Music TV shows were only about Madonna, Mariah, and the Backstreet Boys until these brothers created a space where even ODB felt comfortable. History. Jasmine?
Was it Rap City?
No, it was not, but that is not a far off answer. Lene?
I feel like I know exactly what you're talking about, but I have no clue what the name is. Was it, I mean, you can say yes or no. Was it the show that they featured in that New Edition movie that all the boys were on?
Are you talking about Video Soul?
Yeah.
No, it was not Video Soul. But also a dope piece of hip hop and R&B culture history. The actual answer is Yo MTV Raps. Yo MTV Raps. So let me get what was that?
No, I wouldn't have had that for you at all.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it to you so that you have it for the next time. Yo MTV Raps was a show that was started on MTV that was originally hosted by a brother named Fab Five Freddy, who's literally one of the coolest people like ever on the earth. And then it was taken over by Dr. Dre. And oh my God, why am I blanking right now? I think my birth control is making me lose my memory. I genuinely believe that. Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. And so Ed Lover and Dr. Dre hosted Yo MTV Raps. And the reason why it was so significant, aside from the fact that it had a place for rappers on MTV, was that literally at the time, hip hop was still some underground shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, all these pop stars like the Madonnas and the Mariahs, they were getting all the love, but these brothers created a space on MTV, which at the time was a big deal. They created a space for hip hop, and they had everybody and their mama coming through there. And so that is why it is an incredibly important part of music history, particularly hip hop history, because it was innovative and it really helped bring hip hop to a global audience. That show was called Yo MTV Raps. Yo MTV Raps. All right.
Thank you for the history lesson.
Y'all ready for three more?
Yeah.
Y'all still with us? Smart Bunny in? Smart Bunny in? Okay. Though we really should be singing Lift Up Your Voice and Sing at football games since 90% of the players are Negroes. This system made the national anthem have the same amount of soul.
Period.
Lene.
Period. Whitney Houston.
That is A. All right. Next question. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC would have been nothing without these four.
Boys to Men.
Philly. That is a.
Okay, that's a trick question. It was slick 5 of them. It was slick 5 of them, man. Come on.
Was there 5?
I mean, with Johnny Gill coming into.
No, that's New Edition,
no.
my love.
Wait, what did you say? Boys to Men?
Men.
Oh, so sorry. Hey, X
Ryan,
that out.
Bobby, Ricky, and
It's embarrassing. X that out.
You really had me for. I'm like, who was the fifth?
That's it.
Okay, there was Sean.
I
There
said,
was the
Jill,
one with the glasses. And
Well,
then
New Edition was for all of them. Okay, nobody would have been nobody without New Edition.
Slit was in Boys to Men. Did you just say Johnny Gill?
Mama. Johnny Gill was on The Real one time, and he was giving me like he had stepped out of a time machine. Like he was giving me full 90s R&B, just all the flavor. He had on like a jacket and a shirt and a scarf and a hat and shades, and he was just giving me. I just was like, "What's up, Johnny?" And and I just wanted to say, my, so bad. And I stopped myself, and that's because I'm grown. But I really wanted to just be like, my.
We saw Johnny Gill at brunch in Atlanta one time. He definitely got on the mic and sang. He definitely sang it for us. Yes. We were like, Johnny, please. He said, okay, no problem.
He's like, no, where's the mic? Right. My.
Precisely.
Tell y'all, I heard that Johnny Gill, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that Johnny Gill had to sing at a funeral, and like he started singing, he got so into it that he eventually was like, now throw your hands in the air. And people were like, well, I guess it's a celebration of life.
Oh, no.
But I love that he got on the mic and sang, because I mean, when you beat people in those spaces, like, listen, I met Denzel one time at an event, and like I was introduced to him by the person who was putting on the event, and I was like, I don't want to be corny, but can I get a picture? And this man said, no pictures, don't be corny. He froze me out. And you know what I know that if I met him again and told him that story, he'd be like, no, I never did that. Let's say, come on now.
Okay, Johnny.
Okay.
My. Show look good. And little known fact, my favorite Johnny Gill song is actually a song called There You Go off of the Boomerang soundtrack. So for those of you who are looking for some 90s R&B classics that may not be at the top of the list, but should be, that's one that you should look up. All right. Last question.
Okay.
You all are tied.
No, we ain't.
Yeah, we tied. We both got the same amount of points. Yeah. Girl, you wasn't paying attention.
Those bonus questions come up. Those bonus points, they sneak up on you. Okay. While white girls were going wild at spring break, black girls were booty shaking here.
Period. Freaknik 95, 96, 97, 98. Which one you want?
Okay, so that makes it a tie. I was given wrong information by the team. God damn it. So you all have actually tied in this game of Black Facts. That is a. Y'all gotta put the updated score in the damn chat. How the hell y'all know? You know I don't do numbers. I do analogies. I
was just gonna go with it.
I saw you. I saw Lene make a little eye switch, and I was like, something ain't right. But that means that we have a tie for Black Facts. So that means that y'all are both still tied, which means that when you come to our next game, the Final Blacks Nation, is really gonna count, because the Final Blacks Nation is definitely the final kicker. But before we get into that, it is time that we get into a moment of ebony excellence. Okay. Isn't it? Yes, it is. Hold on one second. A moment of ebony excellence. Yeah. Tonight's tonight's moment of ebony excellence is dedicated to Miss Alice Coachman Davis. In honor of the upcoming Olympics, we honor Alice Coachman Davis, who was born in Albany, Georgia, and began her athletic journey during the Jim Crow era, playing ball with neighborhood boys on her block. As a high school student, Davis accepted an offer from Tuskegee Institute to attend his high school program, where she competed against all Black teams throughout the segregated South. In 1943, Davis became a star player on Tuskegee Institute's college division and later Albany State College's track and field teams, where she won 4 national championships for events in sprinting and high jumping. From 1939 to 1948, Davis began collecting championship titles such as Amateur Athletic Union high jump champion 10 consecutive times in a row, and was on track to being a potential competitor in the International Olympic Games. Unfortunately, Davis was unable to compete in the 1940 and 1944 Olympic Games because they were canceled as a result of World War II. But in 1948, Davis got her chance. Now, Davis got to take a shot at being the first Black woman to win. Next slide. Now, Davis got a chance to take a shot at being the first Black woman to win an Olympic gold medal, and she did not disappoint. Alice Coachman Davis made headlines as the first Black woman in any country to receive an Olympic gold medal when she competed at the 1948 Summer Olympics in London. Her high jumps impressed judges and world leaders alike, including King George VI. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been Alice Coachman Davis, a moment of ebony excellence. A moment of ebony. Yeah. All right, before we get into our final Black explanation, let's take a quick break. So when we talk about unstereotyping, what we're doing is we're forcing ourselves as a society to look at each other as individuals. Unstereotyping is when we make the effort to consider nuance, perspective, and culture.
As soon as I wear the scarf, people are going to think I'm oppressed, I'm uneducated, I can't speak my mind, because that was what I was constantly fed. That's what I began to believe to some extent.
Stereotypes stand in the way of our own liberation.
It's you telling me what I am before I've told you what I am. It's pigeonholing me.
But everyone needs someone to look up to. And yeah, when you just don't see it on TV, you're kind of on your own.
The LGBT plus community is kaleidoscopic, and so the creative opportunities are huge.
My life is great, but because advertising and media has shown people with disabilities as something to pity, people pity me on a daily basis.
I spent a lot of time, particularly in school and even at uni, feeling a bit like a sidekick. You are just here to aid the stories of white characters.
People do want to change, and that's a positive. People are now waking up to it.
The call for change is getting louder and louder. If you are not including, you are excluding. And why you do that? So this is the opportunity for all of us to use our brands to influence positive change, to put stereotypes aside and humanity first.
Brands and advertising have this amazing opportunity. It goes to show that we still need to do so much more.
I urge marketers to co-collaborate with the communities that you're featuring in your ads so that it accurately reflects the lives of these communities.
Advertisers and brands have to change who they're hiring to create their advertising. There's so many missteps that happen simply because there wasn't someone in the room to say, hey, I don't think that's gonna fly.
There is a real anxiety in the air at the moment about not wanting to get it wrong, and that's understandable, but it's better to be out there doing stuff than doing nothing.
There's not one way to unstereotype. There are many ways. At Unilever, Act to Unstereotype is trying to rewire the entire marketing suite, end to end, bringing inclusion to the heart of our brands, from talent to advertising to product design. We hope to create a new generation that is free from prejudice, that is free from stereotypes, where each and every individual feel that they belong. Inclusive marketing is not a choice anymore. We must act now.
Yes, I was very proud to be a part of that campaign. You know, it's real easy at a certain point to like get ad sponsorships, et cetera, but it's always dope when you're able to be a part of campaigns that are really working genuinely to make change in advertising and in inclusion, and understanding that, like, you know, just hiring some Black interns isn't going to cut it. So shout out to Unilever and the work that they're doing, not just in changing their cultural diversity, but in like their human diversity and addressing folks that are, what is the right term? Is disabled? What is the right term?
I think people with disabilities.
It's disabled.
Because it's not handicapped. We don't say handicapped anymore, but I need to know, because I feel like I get corrected on different things. I'm like, okay, but a lot of times people will correct you on what you're saying, but they won't tell you what you should say. And you're like, well, now I'm without.
In HR, we used to say people with disabilities.
Oh yes, you are an HR individual. So
that's what we would say. People with disabilities.
Yeah. Okay, so I wouldn't get a write up for saying that.
No.
Okay. I got written up one time when I worked at Sirius Satellite Radio, and the write-up said, this little Black girl was in my studio.
Oh, no, ma'am. That's a lawsuit. Where you got it? You still got it? No, ma'am.
Yes. And it was an old white man who wrote that. And I was like, so like he said that and you wrote it?
Yeah.
Like, that's how that went. Got it. Cool. Luckily, that's changed, and you know, things are different over there. So shout out to everybody at Sirius Satellite Radio. So we are back here at Smart, Funny, and Black. Shout out to everybody who's been joining us. Smart, Funny, and y'all are in the chatting away. We are loving our time right here with Lineezy and Jasmine. You can follow Lene at Lineezy, Lyneezy on Instagram, and you can follow Jasmine at JAZMYNW on Instagram. Both of them make hilarious content that is thought-provoking and unquestionably Black. And that is one of my favorite things. Before we get into our final Black Nation question, tell me, what made y'all start making content?
I'll go first, Lene. Well, you know, I'm a stand-up comedian. I quit my job in August of 2019 to do stand-up comedy full-time. And then in March, the Panasonic started. You know, as a comedian, you always say, I'm a real comedian. I'm not an online comedian. And then when that started, I said, baby, I'm an online comedian. Because I don't have a choice and I'm not going to give up. So yeah, I started creating content online and just getting on TikTok and just, you know, just really developing my voice and being more comfortable with who I was as a comedian, as a content creator and all of that. And here I am.
And here, wherever you go, there you are. Lene, how about you?
Yeah, man. I needed a change. I was teaching. I knew teaching wasn't long term. And then in the panoramic and the Panasonic, what have you, I heard multiple people telling you to get up and use your time for your gifts. And then I heard Will Smith say, there's no such thing as a plan B. And so I put all of my plan A into making content. And I quit my job in September of 2020 just because I couldn't do it no more. And there was opportunity and the Lord told me it was time to move. So I was like, it's time to be serious and consistent about this social media stuff. And here we are.
Fabulous. Well, as I promised I promised you I was going to ask you to spit a poem. So time has come.
It's going to be a short one.
You're going to keep it black and you're going to keep it brief. That's what we expected.
Hello. Indeed. And I actually, I think I came up with this one in the shower like a couple months ago, and it came back to mind when this white woman who follows me asking in my DMs if I really like the N-word because she doesn't let her Black son use it. And
she doesn't let her Black son use it. Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was what she said to me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this a TikTok, but you guys are going to be the first ones to hear it. And I said, nigga, is my favorite word because nigga can be a noun, but nigga can be a verb. Nigga often refers to a person, a place, or a thing, but you have to know the nigga that's saying nigga to know what that particular nigga means. And there it is.
Yes. These are facts. These are facts. These are facts. You gotta know the nigga.
Yeah.
Because nigga is so versatile. It's such an amazing word. It's genderless, you know. It is objectless, you know.
Fun fact.
People will come in my DMs and will be, and these are people of all races and backgrounds. So it's not just white people, Black people, but they'll be like, you know, your message is being diluted by saying nigga. You know, why are you continuing this ugly word, et cetera, et cetera. And I think at this point, like, those questions have been answered. So at this point, I feel like there's kind of a preference-based space. And I will always say, you know, when people say, you know, if you're going to say nigga, then white people should be able to say it. And I'm just like, that's a false equivalency. And there's no juxtaposition of what white people are doing that should determine what I'm doing in my Blackness. Like right. That has nothing to do with why I should be able to say what I want to say that comes from a specifically Black place. So, nigga. That's how I feel about that. So
nigga was actually one of my first words because my dad's friend would call on the phone and I would pick up and my dad's friend would say, tell him that nigga on the phone. And I would say, Daddy, that nigga on the phone.
Yeah. That is so precious. Yeah. It's so amazing.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. What also is beautiful is the fact that we have made it to the final Blackstination. Now, the final Blackstination is a moment in the show where we are now coming to a point where we want to have all of your thoughts come together in one cohesive space. This is where we are determining the mindset of you all as you have put together all of your Blackness. Tonight's final Blackstination question asks this. You are now the headmaster of the Smart, Funny, and Black Academy. What are 3 classes that you would add to the curriculum that students do not normally get in college? Now, I want to make sure that we understand the caveat that the Smart, Funny, and Black Academy is an HBCU. Okay? So you're going to have predominantly Black students. I also want to add that when I say it's a class that students wouldn't normally get in college, I want to also add, but yet it is a class that would help them as they navigate their lives outside of college. So it doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be discipline specific, okay? So as you all ponder this question, I am going to bring our cheer squad up onto the screen because what we're going to do is we are going to sing some songs because that's one of my favorite things to do here at Smart, Funny, and Black. It is to sing some classic joints with my folks. So cheer squad, come on stage. Let's start it off like this. Hey! Hey, hey! Come on, come on. I know you heard me on the radio. I know you see me on the video. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's up. Got a different girl every day of the week. It's cool, not trying to put a rush on you. I had to let you know that hey yo, shorty, once you go get a bag of the lethal, I be undressed in the bra, all see-through. Why you got your shoes thinking I'ma cheat you? I wanna do is freak you. I got my own baguettes. And I be doing things that you won't forget. So you must take heed. Shall I proceed? I'ma throw shade if I can. We can slide on the ice like the escapade. And then chicken with the marmalade. Who me? Not you. Oh yes, Susie. I know you think your man style, but I love your profile. Hot. And keep one more time. I know you heard me on the radio. I know you see me on the video. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's up. Got a different every. It's cool, not trying to put a. I had to let you you know that yes. Shout out to all of you all in your Smart, Funny, and Black gear. I love seeing y'all in your Smart, Funny, and Black gear. Yes, yes, yes. And if you all are feeling what we're doing here at this show and you want to show some love and support, make sure you go to Smart, Funny, and Black and hit us with a little donation. We're doing the free shows, but it ain't free to do the shows. So if you want to show your support, make sure you go to Smart, Funny, and Black and support us by donating at smartfunnyandblack.com. Now, y'all know I love me a 90s tune. And it wouldn't be right if I didn't hit y'all with this. Hey! Come on, Tevin Campbell. Hey! Girl, I want to know your name. Last night I saw you sending. I started. Y'all know the words. I see you, Vicky. I see you. Me too. And just like what, Tevin? Just like what? And I could not talk. And I tried to come closer. This when it gets serious, y'all. Hey! Okay, Tina. Okay, Jocelyn, I see you. Jocelyn got the remote mic. Hey, yes, Jenny, get into that. Get into that. Okay, Ariana with the iPhone mic. Come on, come on. Yes, Jessica and Janelle. I want to know the dog's name. I love your shirt, Peachy. I love it. And the choreography. For a minute, baby. All right, Aaron and Money. I love your Black Lives Matter shirt. Yes, y'all know the hits. Y'all know the hits. Y'all know the hits. Now, if you are enjoying the games that we're playing right here at Smart, Funny, and Black, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Smart, Funny, and Black because we play these games. We engage with y'all. We want to make sure that every day is the right day for some Smart, Funny, and Black content. So make sure to follow us on Smart, Funny, and Black. Tell a friend. We got contests going on over there. We got all types of good ass content. And it's funny. It's smart. It's Black. Just like these ladies right here. Now, you know, everybody knows that there are what I call new Negro spirituals. A new Negro spiritual is one of those songs that everybody knows. It's a song that we are all holding in our spirit. And it goes a little something like this. Hold on 1 second. I don't know what it is that you've done to me, but it caused me to act in such a way. Y'all, let's bring it home. Bring it home with this classic. It's a feeling I don't understand. What happens? What happens? What happens? Hey! When the causing cure is you, I get so. Come on, y'all. I lose all of it. Y'all better sing. I can see it. I can see it. Stay with me. Okay, Tina. Yes! Yes! Okay, Jenny James, I see him, I see him. I get so. All All right, Tiana. I want to see all of our cheer squad on this part. I want to see all of our cheer squad. Something about the way you do the things you... Come on, y'all. Let's run it down. Yes! Oh, you all are so good. Y'all are so good. Shout out to our cheer squad. Give it up to our Smart, Funny, and Black cheer squad. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Yes! Look how much fun you can have. You ain't gotta leave your damn house. And make sure you still wear your mask when you leave the house because shit is still kind of crazy outside. All right. Let's bring our Black Spurts back to the stage. Lene and Jasmine W. Are y'all having a good time?
I am. I thought some of them was my cousins.
Lene, I think you are still muted. So let's hit that unmute button. You're back in the game. You're back in the game.
I'm back.
Now you guys had a moment to think. Okay. I dropped a question on you where you had to come up with 3 games. But the twist is that now I've decided you only have to do 2.
Okay.
Now, Jasmine and Lene both tied for the last game, but the game before that was won by Jasmine. So, Jasmine, you get to decide. Do you want to go first or would you like Lene to go first?
I would like Lene to go first.
All right.
Jasmine. You know what, Jasmine? Okay, so I thought long and hard about these. And now I'm sad I only have to do 2. So that means I have to choose my 2 best ones.
Yes.
Exactly. The first one, I'm going to go with Between the Belt and Me. I think it would be taught by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and it would be unlearning abusive behaviors from our Black parents that are misconstrued as love. I got a little deep on you, but yes. It's something that we would need as Black youth going out into the world, learning how to be better parents and more communicative and emotionally available to our children. So that'll be Between the Belt and Me. And the other one, I just think it's an ongoing struggle. We're still out here learning. So I'm going to do, I'm going to do Black Hair for Dummies. Cornrows 101. I'm going to do your hair is a session on your hair is not 4C. I'm going to do a session on whether you need castor oil for growth, whether you need peppermint, jojoba, whatever. We're going to figure all that out because we're still doing trial and error today in 2021.
We definitely are still doing trial and error today. Every time I take my braids or my twists out, I put together a concoction of 1 part cheap conditioner, 1 part apple cider vinegar, and 1 part water. And no one can tell me that there's a better option because I trial and errored, and that was a trial and win. And so I've just stuck with it. So I would definitely love to take both of those classes. Y'all, let's give it up for Lene.
Smart, funny,
repping the culture, fam. All right. Now, Jasmine, you heard Lene's classes. Now, at home, I want to let you know that you all are going to be voting on whose classes, whose curriculum you would most likely want to take if you were attending the Smart, Funny, and Black Academy. So, Jasmine, hit us with it.
You know what? I have 2 classes here. The first one I've nicknamed Nofku. Sounds African, doesn't it? It stands for Nigga, Our Food Killing Us. And that is agricultural technology. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but nigga, our food killing us. So
that was a good one.
I'm going to need us to do better. That's all about anything from growing our own food to our DNA and the things that we should be eating from our homeland, stuff like that. And then the second class I'll do is Stop Playing With Us by Black women. It's all about how you can support, protect, and stop playing with us, just simply. It's about, feminism and breaking down your misogyny and homophobia even. So all of that, those are my classes.
Wait, now that I heard those, I want to hear the third one from both of y'all. So, Lene, what's your third class?
My third one was How the Government Got Us Fucked Up. And it would be laying on the line the the things about redlining, the things about taxes, the things about just illegal things in our legal system that keep us in the front lines of put in jail and put on death row, things of that nature. But it was giving the ins and outs of how the government has indeed had us fucked up since Reconstruction.
All right, Jazz, what was your third?
Lene, that's why we're here. Mine was Fiscal Policy 101. It's all about taxes and creating our own. It's really about creating our own, so we can govern our own spaces and how taxes work and what we should actually use them for. So
I feel like Fiscal Policy 101 has to also be coupled with sharpshooting. Because every time that we have created our own communities, they bomb them or they drown them. So I feel like Fiscal 101 needs to also be coupled with a class on arms and self-defense and learning how to handle weaponry and also have military minds to protect the spaces that we create once we create them, because it has been a very devastating history of, and then we also have to have swimming in there too, because they keep drowning our towns. So if you haven't, congratulations to Amber Ruffin, whose show just got an Emmy nomination for writing. She did a great segment on her show that you can see on their Instagram. It's also on my Instagram, about the very secret history of drowning Black towns. I've never heard of this, but Lake Lanier, how do you pronounce it?
Lanier.
Lanier.
Lake Lanier in Georgia is over a Black town that was actually flooded, and there's a lot of deaths that happened on Lake Lanier, and many people attribute it to the fact that the people who were there and whose homes were taken are haunting the lake. So
I'm surprised.
I feel like that makes perfect sense. But Paul Mooney, rest in peace. One time I saw him at Caroline's and he was doing a joke and he said, someone asked him if there are Black ghosts. And he was like, well, no. I mean, ghosts are not Black. I mean, that's just the facts. And the person was like, well, how do you know that? And he said, because if ghosts were Black, then all the slaves would be haunting all of y'all. So, it's like factory. Well, you all did an amazing job with the Final Blackstination. We're going to throw it to the polls, and the polls are going to tell us who they think win the Final Blackstination. When we come back, we're going to go to the polls, and then we're going to go to me. Because at the end of the day, our audience is the popular vote. However, I am the Electoral College. And so
yikes.
When it comes down to it, we will determine who is tonight's Master Blackspert when we return right here to Smart Funny and
I grew up with all the white people. No one is telling them about their problematic behaviors. Tonight's the night.
There are people watching this that just found out there's a Negro National Anthem and that it is not a song from Hamilton.
Black women, we are the masters at compliments. We don't even say a full sentence.
Okay, polka dots.
When you're a Black person in any office, you stay ready. Because you're always wondering, on a scale of Stacey Dash to Nat Turner, how Black am I gonna have to get? What are we talking about? Trans thug, caucasity, agenda. This is Blacktastic.
All right, little throwback right there. You can check out my comedy special, I Be Knowin', on HBO, and it's on the other places now. So it's like on Apple.com. You can just Google, just put in the search engine and it'll come up. So that is what's up. I'm in the process of working on another situation. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. All right, the polls are in on the Final Blackstination, and it looks like we're going to let it go another minute. Okay, we're going to let it go another minute because we're going to let it go another minute. So while we're letting it go another minute, so what is the first thing y'all want to do when this pandemic is like legit over?
My thing is, living in America, we're never going to know when it's over, because the airports today will have you thinking that it is over right now. And we're literally just gonna have to trickle it out. So I don't even have plans for when it's over, because I just got to make plans as is, because America don't got no sense.
Touche.
But a tour is what we're looking like. It's what I'm feeling.
Okay. All right. A tour. Now, would this be like on a bus or are you flying?
I will probably fly. It'll be a tiny
bus tour.
No, I'm laughing at me riding on a bus and having the wherewithal and the longevity to do that. But no, it would be a pretty tiny one, because my audience isn't as big as I'd like it to be yet. So I would just go to a couple of cities.
Y'all should partner up.
We should.
Well, listen, let's talk about it. I actually want to come to Atlanta. That was my next stop on, because I went to San Francisco. That was my first time headlining a show. 2 shows, yes. And Atlanta's my next stop. I know I have a lot of people there that support me. So, girl, listen, let's get into it.
I'm gonna pull up. Even if it's just a watch, I'm gonna pull up.
No, baby, let's do it.
Together with all 3 of us. That's what I should do.
Hey, stop playing with us.
You ain't said nothing.
You ain't said nothing but a word.
Stop playing with us.
I don't really play much. So
no, she don't.
Amanda!
I don't think she does.
No, I don't play a lot.
She does, no.
That's a thought. Remember I said that, y'all.
No,
Okay.
we're definitely going to remember.
Okay. We will follow up.
I'm typing
it in now. So what would you want to do when you go on stage, Lenise?
So I would do a little bit of poetry. I would do a talk back, because I'm not comfortable with the title comedian. I just be funny sometimes, and I sit in that. I live there. So I think with the lineup, I could do an opening situation. We could do a conversation at the end of the acts or in between, whatever. But I could definitely pull in the people with some vibes and some truths and some hard facts.
And you know what? I think one thing that I haven't done yet, but I always wanted to do, and you inspired me, Amanda, on this, is answering questions from people at the end of like comedy shows. Like people never wanted to end, and they want their questions answered about microaggressions, about how to handle situations, about Black history, about all types of things. So Lene would be really good contributor to that as well. So
it also helps you with material. So whenever I go back on the road, I always because I'll take breaks because I just don't want to be like out like that. But when I go back, the first few shows back, I always do like a Q&A at the end of the set, because it does end up giving you material, because people are already in a comedy space. So they typically don't ask like serious questions, but they ask questions that will have some levity to it. And then next thing you know, you're like flowing, and you're like, oh, this is a bit. I just got a whole bit off of this woman asking me about, do I have crystals? And now I have a whole bit. But no, this is something that would be dope. Where are you all based?
I'm in Atlanta, but I travel.
I'm in LA.
You're in LA? Okay. I travel. Atlanta traveled this entire pandemic. I did not.
I set my behind at home.
When I saw the skate rink packed, I was like, I fuck it. Y'all got skate. I saw skate brunch, skate baby shower. I saw skate funerals. I was like, y'all are really just like, fuck a pandemic. It was very, very real. So, but yes, the idea was born here. And yes, I'm going to think about how we can at least do a first show and see how it goes.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see.
I love it.
And and let me just say it out loud. That is because I really like y'all's energy, and I like that I feel like y'all have a beautiful mixture of humility and confidence. And I feel like as Black women, we are expected to have a 90% humility, 10% confidence. And I think that is some bullshit. You can know how dope you are and still be humble. You can know how smart you are and still be modest. Okay. You can know how funny you are and still be chill. And I really don't like this notion that you got to be like meek and mild, or else it seems like you're doing too much, because y'all are doing the most, and I love it. I really do. It's fabulous. So speaking of the most, who had the most votes in the. You saw that segue? That's veteran skills right there.
Indeed, it is. That was good. That was wonderful.
When it comes to the Final Blacks Nation, our audience hit the polls, and the answer is in, and it's close. Okay, it's close. 59% to 41.
Oh man.
The winner of the Final Blacks Nation is Jasmine W.
And I knew it. And I knew
it. Yes, Jasmine. Thank you for doing the damn thing with the Final Blacks the Nation. Y'all definitely both. But let me just say, y'all definitely both came hard. And as we come to the final finale of our show, before we go, I would love to hear from you all if you have anything that you want to say to our audience about the work that you're doing, about what you want them to be doing, etc. Because I'm about to tell you all who is going to win. So before we go into that, let you all have the floor to speak your piece to the people.
Jasmine, you should go first. You did me all night.
First of all, I want to say I did not. No, honestly, I did not expect to win because, come on, we know Lene. I've been following her forever. She has 2 degrees and a degree in.
Yeah, you haven't won the whole game yet. You haven't won the whole game yet.
Okay, my bad. But you know, I will say, I still wanted to say, that I did not expect it because Lene has a degree in African American studies, and Amanda is just so intelligent. People are like, I'm like, baby, Amanda's brain is up her. Lene's brain is up her. Okay. And I'm just quick on my feet. So I really appreciate everybody that supports me and everybody that voted. And I just want to say, continue to support me as things open up, baby. I always tell you, I always ask people who support me not to come out of your pockets. I don't need you for anything. I need you to support me when I have sponsorships or when I come do comedy. That's how I want your support. So just continue to support me and uplift me and share my content and laugh with me and DM me and all of those things. I appreciate it.
Linizzle?
Yeah, man. I'm just happy to be here. And I definitely thought you were going to win, especially that last one, because Nofku was genius. I love the way that you did that. That was excellent. And just being here with 2 veterans was definitely a learning experience for me. And I'm just honored to be in you guys' presence and thankful that Amanda reached out and had me on the bill with you, Jasmine. Because I always love to. They always say if you're the smartest person in your room, you need a bigger circle or you need a bigger room. And I was just so happy to be in this room, to be in this number. But I would just like to say yes as well. Please continue to support me by liking and sharing. I don't necessarily need the funds. I appreciate it. The people feel that the classes I give on Fridays are worth money. So I love that. We value Black women's knowledge and our effort and our work. But please continue liking and sharing with everyone that you see. And tune in tomorrow. If you don't follow me, visit my page. Tune in tomorrow. I'll actually be giving a speech. I'm a keynote speaker for the NAACP's youth program. That's happening tomorrow.
Yes.
Definitely an honor. But yeah, that's it. That's it on me.
Well, those are our 2 Black spirits, Jasmine and Lene, who have been with us all evening, sharing the smart, funny Blackness throughout our games. We started tonight with receipts. Lene took the crown for receipts. Then we headed over to debates. We talked about Tabitha versus Michelle. Now, Jasmine, I must say, in the beginning, Lene was coming swinging. She was coming swinging. But when Jasmine took out Michelle Chicago being taken out on her, that I think is when things turned and Jasmine took the W, as in her last name, on debates. Then we went over to Black Facts in your face. And, Lene was like, I need to gather myself. And we hit each other with all the answers. It was a close call, but Jasmine came out right with the last one. But I got to say, Lene, I was thoroughly impressed with the knowledge that you had, considering that you consider yourself a youngin in this space. And for what it's worth, pop culture is not everybody's knowledge base, right? So, pop culture, but I will say that I have a theory, and this is based on my professor, Donna Iene Davis, who taught me about Black popular culture when I was in school and taught it as an anthropological course. When it comes to pop culture created by Black folks, it's not dissolvable. It's not dismissible in the same way that mainstream pop culture is just like a flash in the pan. Our pop culture ends up being commodified and ends up being taken across the world because it has staying power. It doesn't just pop, it explodes and it leaves all types of residue all over every and anything.
Say that.
Okay.
Always.
So when we look at pop culture as Black folks, it is historical and it does have an entirely different depth to it than the pop that we're seeing aside from Britney Spears. Don't argue with me about Britney. Free Britney. Then we went to our final Blacksination, and you ladies really you did what this show is all about. You combined your intellect, you combined your hilariousness, and you combined your performance in coming up with these classes and names for the classes on the spot. And let me tell you, Nofku definitely was a kicker. So when I looked over the landscape of the night and all of the information and all of the comedy that was shared, I said, you know what? These are two brilliant sisters, and I just want to thank both of you. I want to thank both of you for joining us and sharing with us your mind and your hilariousness. But only one can win, and that person is going to be Jasmine W! Go Jasmine! Press the space bar! Go Jasmine! Go Jasmine! Go Jasmine! Go Jasmine! Go Jasmine! Go Jasmine! Yeah! Jasmine is tonight's Master Blackbird. Y'all give it up for our Culture Fam contestant. Lene, you gave her a run for her money. Let's get these ladies a show. A show.
Somebody.
Joined us here tonight at Smart Funny and Black in the Crib. We do this right here for free on YouTube. So show us some love and hit us up at smartfunnyandblack.com and drop a little something in the collection plate, because we are definitely doing this for the people. And we want to make sure that we continue to be able to do this show. We are going to be out in the world soon enough. October, we'll be in Boston at the Wilbur Theater with Smart Funny and Black. Before then, you'll be able to catch me doing stand-up. In Baltimore and in Houston. Those dates are coming soon. So for all my Texas and all my DMV folks, I'll be coming your way soon enough. Please follow these ladies. Where can they find you on Instagram, Lenezi?
@_LYNEEZY.
Jasmine, where can they find you on Instagram?
@JAZMYNJW.
And I know you guys also do TikTok. You TikTok too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, where do they? I'm too old for TikTok. So where can they find y'all on the TikTok?
Same thing on TikTok, _LYNEEZY.
And I think it was misspelled. Gianna, it's JAZMYNW.
JW.
Oh, there's a J after the N and before the W.
Yes. Because somebody already had. There
it is. Nope. There's an M after the C before the Y.
Oh, child.
She's typing Fast and Furious. She back there like, God damn it, man, I'm gonna get carpal tunnel. Shit.
My bad.
I want to tell her. I just want to get the right one up there on the screen. It's JAZMYNJW. JAZMYNJW. There it is. All right. Thank you all so much. You can follow me at Amanda Seals. Make sure to also follow us at Smart Funny and Black on Instagram so you can stay up to tune with the shows that we're doing, whether they're in the crib or whether they're in the streets. And also you can stay in tune with all the Smart Funny and Black content that we're bringing on a regular basis. Also want you to look out for Views from Amandaland and our Patreon that will be launching in August, where you can get unlimited and, well, it's not unlimited, let's be real, I'm one person, but where you can get exclusive content from yours truly. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed yourselves tonight. Make sure to tell a friend the next time that it's a Smart Funny and Black show. We out! What is happening? Oh my goodness, what is happening? I'm ruining it, y'all. Well, bye, y'all. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Why is that? Why did I have this song? Well, this is the song we're going to play.